for today's video, it's going to be a little chit chat, get ready with me. I'm going to show you some of my favorite products. I'm going to update you guys a little bit about my life so you guys can get to know me a little bit better. And just, I'm going to show you my go-to glam whenever I don't have time to play around with eyeshadow. I know that I can always count on this look. And for the most part, this is usually what I gravitate towards. So if you're interested in how I got this look, then just keep on watching. Okay, so jumping right in, see, I already did my eyebrows and I already primed my eyes, and for that I used the Tarte Shape Tape, and then I just set with a translucent powder. So the palettes that I'm going to be using are the Dose of Colors Friendcation palette with Desi and Katie, and then also the Hidden Treasure palette, also by Dose of Colors. I also sometimes switch off with the Too Faced chocolate bars. So this is just gonna be a little bit more to like get to know me. Like I said, I'm gonna try to be posting more. Last week I missed because it was the worst week ever. Matias was super duper sick. I even had to take him to the ER on Friday. So if you follow me on Snapchat, you saw that I took him to the park on last Wednesday. And so like that day he woke up like really fine, like just any other day. And then we went to the park and then we came back home, and then that's when he started being a little fussy, and I was like, what the heck? So then I was like, maybe it's time for his nap, you know? So we went into the room, and usually I just hold him and like he'll fall asleep. And so as soon as I held him, I felt that he was really hot, and I was like, what the heck? His body was so hot. I took his temperature and it said it was 102, so I was like, what the hell? Like, he has a fever, you know, like he's getting sick. But that was the third time in 1 month that he had gotten sick, so I was like, what the hell? So I gave him medicine right away, and I was just like, okay, like maybe, you know, like I never thought like, oh, like this is gonna be like I never thought like it was gonna get as bad as it got. The next morning, like I was like, okay, like I should take him to the doctor. So I took him to his doctor, and she was like, oh, like it's a virus, you know. She checked his mouth, and then she was like, oh, and he has a sore in his mouth, so if he starts not wanting to eat, like it's because of that. She's like, expected to get worse like within the next 3 days. So I was like, okay, great. So that night was the worst night ever. He did not sleep whatsoever. He was screaming in pain. Like the medicine was not helping. I was giving him Motrin, and like it was not helping, and I was like, what the hell? Like the next morning I was like, okay, like this is not normal. I need to tell his doctor. Like this was already Friday morning. Yeah, was it Friday morning? Yeah, Friday morning. So then I called his doctor, and I was like, hey, like he doesn't stop crying, you know, like I don't even know what to do anymore. Like the medicine does not help him at all, like whatsoever. Like I don't know what to do. And the reception was like, okay, like I'll tell the doctor to call you back. And so like 20 minutes passed, and like they weren't calling me. So I was like, I can't have him screaming, you know, like he is in excruciating pain. And so I was like, let's just take him to the doctor. So me and my mom took him to the hospital, I mean, sorry. And so he got to the hospital, and he was screaming. Like everybody was like just staring at us, because like he was just screaming, and they saw like how much pain he was in, because we couldn't control him. And right away, like as soon as they took us in right away, as soon as they did like the paperwork or whatever. And as soon as we went in the room, like the doctor went in there, and then he checked his mouth, and we had to hold him like entre tres personas, because like he wasn't staying. And they were like, he was like, oh, he has the mouth, hands, and foot virus that babies get. He's like, oh, this is really painful for them, you know. that's why he has been crying a lot. And then he checked his ear, and he said that he also had an ear infection in his left ear. So they gave him medicine there at the hospital to like calm him down. And then so the medicine that they gave him, it was ibuprofen, but it was strong. Like that thing like would knock him out as soon as he would take it. And so then yeah, that Friday, like ya estaba más, he was still really fussy. Like when he didn't have the medication, like he would cry a lot. And so I had to be giving it to him like every 4 to 6 hours, because now he's good, he's eating. But oh my god, last week was so stressful. Like it was the worst week ever. And so that's kind of what I've been going through. But thankfully, gracias a Dios, ya se me está aliviando, and I'm just trying to take care of him para que ya no se me vaya a enfermar. We disinfected everything already, and just hoping that like he doesn't ever get sick like that again, because it's the worst, especially cuando están tan chiquitos, and then, you know, like it's just so sad. But yeah, that was my week last week. So I didn't even go to school, I didn't go to work, I didn't even do anything, because I was just so focused on him and just trying to make him feel better. But this week I'm back with a video. So as you can see, like I don't like to do eyeliner anymore. Like I don't really gravitate towards it. So then I just take a dark brown eyeshadow, and I kind of just like smoke it out. And for this eye look, I'm gonna go with Gemstone today. It's kind of like a pink champagne color. And then what I like to do with this one is I like to put it on with my finger, and then I take a little flat brush, and then I just blend it out. Oh, you see, it's not blended out yet, obviously. That's why I'm gonna take this flat brush, take a little bit of this shade on the flat brush, and then just blend it upwards and blend it outwards like that. I'm so excited. Next month I'm gonna get my hair done again. I'm gonna tell you guys a little something, a little bit of a private thing. I mean, I'm not so comfortable sharing it, but I was like, you know what, fuck it, like just get it over with, just so that people are more aware, and just like, okay, so I'm just gonna get into it and tell you guys. So in 2016, I had planned to dye my hair. I wanted something different, and I was like, I need to just do something to my hair. So I already had made my appointment, and one night, like before I was going in the shower, I was like kind of like tossing my hair, and I was like deciding like, oh, like, you know, like I was thinking like, oh, what am I gonna do to it? Like, should I cut it? Like, what color should I dye it? And I was just like flipping my hair or whatever. And so now I'm gonna move on to my face, and I'm gonna use the Laura Mercier foundation primer, the hydrating one, because my skin is super dry, and I really like this one, so I do recommend it. So I was I was just tossing my hair, and I was like deciding like, oh, what am I gonna do to it, you know? And I fucking noticed that like on the top of my head right here, I had a bald spot, like a huge bald spot. And I was like, right away, like I started shaking and I started crying, and I ran to my mom, and I was like, look, like I showed her, and I was like, this is not normal. And then she's like, no, it's not. She's like, what the hell happened? And I was like, I don't know, like I just saw it right now. And so like I started freaking out, and then now I'm gonna go in with a Smashbox Studio Skin foundation. I love this foundation. My boyfriend got it for me this last weekend. We went to the mall, and he bought it for me because I wanted to try it out, and I love it. I freaking love it. I've tried it twice, and I love how it makes you just feel like, it makes it look like so natural, so glowy, refreshed. Doesn't feel cakey at all, so I definitely recommend this. So then I told her, and then she's like, we need to make an appointment with the doctor. And mind you, like, yeah, era en la noche when I had discovered this. So I was like, I was just crying like that entire night. Like, I was so sad. I didn't know, none of us knew what it was. So we made an appointment with the doctor, and like as soon as she saw like the spots, she immediately just said, oh, you have alopecia. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but so basically it's an autoimmune disorder, and your immune system attacks your hair follicles, and so it makes your hair fall out. So that's what I had. And I remember like when she told me that, I started crying. Like I was, sorry, let me do this first. Told me that I had that, I immediately started asking like, what is it, you know, like trying to get informed, because I had no idea what that was. And then she basically said like, oh, basically what I just said about your immune system attacking your hair follicles, and just like just that you don't know how severe it is until like, basically you won't know how severe it is because you don't know how much your hair is gonna fall. Obviously, like you won't know until it's happening. And so she gave me these creams to put on the spots that I was missing hair. And she was like, you could try this out. Like, if not, there's other options. Like, I could refer you to a dermatologist, and like they'll give you more options, you know. So then I was like, you know what, like let me start off with the creams. I want to see if they'll help me, and then we'll go from there. So she prescribed me some creams, and I would put them on every night, and obviously they weren't helping. And so then it got to a point where I was like, you know what, like I can't have this, because the one on top of my head, it was like, I was so self-conscious about it, because like if like my part would move, like you would be able to see it, and it was like right at the top. So like it was huge. So I was like, no, like I was just really self-conscious. Those like 2016, it was during the summer when I found out. Like it was just a very depressing year for me. I fell into depression because of it. Like I remember I would cry every single day, and I would ask God like, why me, you know, like because you don't know how severe you have it, and like it's just something that you don't know. Like some people like lose their whole hair, like from all of their body, and it's like some people just lose patches, and you just don't know how severe you're gonna have it. So like I remember I fell into depression. Like it was just a really dark like point in my life, and just I was like, you know what, like I need to help myself, and I need to get help. So then I told her to refer me to the dermatologist. And so I was going to, I made my appointment, and I went to the dermatologist, and then he basically said like, you know, those creams don't really help because they're not going inside like to where the root of the hair is. So your only option that you could try, it's not guaranteed that it's gonna work, but you could try steroid injections in the scalp. And so I went in 2 times for injections, because he's like, we should try it twice and like see if it's actually gonna work for you, and then we'll go from there, because it wasn't even a for sure that that procedure was gonna work for me. So so then I remember I went twice, and then after he's like, okay, like we injected you twice already, let's just see how you're gonna react to this, and then hopefully, you know, like if you still need some, like call and make another appointment. But if you see that your hair is growing back, well then it obviously worked for you. So thankfully the procedure worked for me. My hair started to grow back. It took like about a year for it to grow like a good amount. And so Monday night I was feeding Matias in the night, and So I was feeding him, and then I remember I was sweating a lot. Like I was just sweating and sweating that day. And then like I was sweating like in my neck, so I was going like this. And I freaking felt my scalp like in between my hair, and I was like, right away, instantly, I was like, okay, it's gonna be that again. And I called my mom and I was like, can you please check my hair? And she's like, you do have it. So since I found out about it like in the night, this time around I took it more calmly, I guess you can say. I called the next day and I made an appointment with my dermatologist, but he is fully full until next month, the end of next month. So I'm gonna have to wait, and then I'm just gonna try the injections again, and then hopefully again they work for me. Thankfully I have a lot of hair and it's very thick, so you're not able to see it like the one that I have. But it's still so sad. Like obviously no girl ever wants to lose their hair, you know, and especially like you don't know the severity of this condition until like it just attacks you and you see it progressively like take your hair away basically. So yeah, that's another thing that I've been going through. And so that's basically what I've been dealing with these past couple of weeks and months. So not a lot of people, actually nobody really knows about my condition like that. Only my parents, like only like a handful amount of people know. Obviously I recently told my boyfriend, and so we're just learning how to deal with it. I'm trying to keep my stress calm because it's obviously a trigger, so that's just what I've been trying to do. When I was pregnant, I had eczema in my face, like really bad. And so during this time of year, when it starts getting colder, I definitely get it again. Like my face starts to peel like crazy. And like no matter how many hydrating masks I do, no matter how much I moisturize my face and use hydrating primers, as soon as I finish doing my makeup, like while it's set, like as it's setting after, my face starts to peel, especially around this area. Oh my god, this last winter, I had it so bad right here. Like literally it would like crust off. That's how bad it was. And so yeah, I just like to overall, like year round, even in the summer, I like to use hydrating stuff. And so for lashes, I'm gonna use IG by Batty B. So those are my current favorite lashes. So probably gonna do that off camera. The mascara that I really like to use is the L'Oreal Telescopic. For lips, I'm gonna use Strip Down Lip Liner. More Creamer Please by Dose of Colors, and NYX Intense Butter Gloss in Peanut Brittle. So I'm gonna do that off camera and then I'll be right back. Okay, so the look is now complete. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you guys got to know me a little bit better and know a little bit more about my life, my personal life. I hope I didn't bore you too much, and if you're interested in keeping up with me, you can follow me on my social medias. Instagram and Snapchat are both Tanisha_XO. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a huge thumbs up. And so yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.